Italy. Today, we will be speaking on decentralized media, stack convergence for a product. Please join me in welcoming Matteo Tambussi, co-organizer of NapulETH and key member of State Capital.
Hello, thank you. Thank you. Hello, everyone. So before further ado, I would like to share once more the initiative that we are running on Spaghetti. There's an SPT, which is a soulbound token on Optimism mainnet, and what you can do by scanning each QR code that you will find by the little square there, you will basically add the talk that you're attending to your curriculum. This is a way for us to incentivize talk attendance more than networking, and to also, every one of you has a different interest, so to kind of create your own avatar throughout conferences. So we are doing this today. It's the first time, so there will be bugs for sure. Goblins in the system always, but if you come then to next conferences, if Milan, maybe if Rome as well, if Venice, it will be still there. So without further ado, we go to what's the, yes, so this is exactly what I was mentioning. So, again, I am one of the co-founders of Spaghetti. I help out at Stable Summit, State Capital, Rect News, and in the past I worked for Remix and Live Peer. So today I want to talk about, I'm very happy to inaugurate the main stage with this topic about decentralized media stack convergence. So we have a dilemma, which is we often have to trust and act upon news while the truth is pending and unverifiable. So there's one thing that we cannot verify. A few friendly reminders from the past that truth is always pending, the weapons of mass destruction campaign by Tony Blair, and this latest thing, which is still uncertain who actually did it. So there is no truth, there is only perception. Our need for news is to, basically, since there is no truth, is to access diversified version of the same story with fast delivery, mitigated shilling and bias, and of course, yes, it has to be now compliant to what the EU regulations on the Code of Practice and Disinformation stands for. But who feeds us the news? So we have national media, national TV and government media outlets, super centralized. Usually they have diplomatic support around the world, so usually they're the first one to deliver the news. We have mainstream media, which is usually commercial. They're still very fast, but they don't have the government stake, they have private stake, so private guidelines, corporate guidelines. We have independent media like in Italy, Fatto Quotidiano, we have Liberación, Democracy Now!, Arte in Germany, Radio Dreieckland, which is basically run by sometimes, fundraising and stuff. And then we have creator media. I'm not talking about social media here, like many to many. I'm talking about one to many content creators. So, coming to creators media, we have this social noise that needs an algorithm to index content around our own preferences and semantics. So we have to personalize this content, otherwise we would be flowed with everyone's voice, right? But this sort of personalization, are we in control of our own personalization? We're not. Most of the time it's algorithm-based, and it leads to sensationalism, echo chambers, and in some cases, violence build up. And also there's this thing called bullshit asymmetry, meaning that it takes this much energy to create bullshit, and it takes this much to kill them. So keep that in mind. Also, we have the anonymity dilemma. Many content creators are anon, but how, in today's world, can you stand for truth when you're not even standing for yourself? On the other side, being anon, we know that it's also a doxing and privacy concern, because you don't want to be mugged in the streets or beaten and killed. This actually happens. So what are Web3 native media? Web3 native media are community-curated online publications and broadcasts that rely on decentralized networks and blockchain technology for diffusion, communication, storage, and curation. So why do we need Web3 native media? First of all, to detach the news making from corporate capital and from their political agenda and centralized algorithms. Uh, it's a stack that is used, that comes really useful when we want to decentralize and unmediate the relationship between professional content creators and consumers. Something like peer reviewing. I don't know how many of you are familiar with decentralized science, design, where peer-to-peer reviewing is an issue because of the university hierarchy structure, etc. So what DeSci is trying to do is basically to decentralize the funding between researchers and data, scientific data users. And also we need Web3 native media to replace the algorithm-fed echo chambers with curatorial work from the community. Also, we need to move the stake away from, we don't have to always rely on, okay, if you don't show yourself, then you're not reliable. I can still be a reliable source without giving up my own identity. So we need to change the stake from your own persona into something different. And this is something that Web3 and EVM is really good at designing. Also, we have oracles, so we need decentralized oracles, connections, API, etc., in order to check the validation of certain news, or at least the fact that it's being talked about and it's not just some random scammers or just a hype. The healthy gin tonic April's Fool is an example. There was a commercial campaigns coming up for gin tonic, and they said, on 1st of April, and they said gin tonic is healthy, etc. And out of that April's Fool, actually, there was a whole generation of health pages saying that actually the gin tonic was healthy. So this is what we did. Also, we have AI and communities are getting more and more intertwined. We might need AI in the future to interact with communities and in order to mitigate the spiral of negativity and enhance fact-checking verification. So a few basics for implementing and building a Web3 native media. First of all, we need decentralized delivery and storage. So two stacks that are commonly used for video and audio transmission is LivePeer. Who knows LivePeer here? Okay, not that many. So LivePeer, when you do a live on Instagram, YouTube, etc., you're sending the signal to YouTube or Facebook. These guys are compressing the signal into different shapes and sending to your app, to your tablet, to your PC, etc. This is centralized. If they see that you're distributing content which is against the country they're in, something, they can shut you down. Using LivePeer, usually you can use a peer-to-peer network of transcoders that do the same job. You pay them, and basically you become unstoppable. Swarm, on the other side, is decentralized storage. How many of you know Swarm? Up your hands. Okay, a little bit more. So peer-to-peer storage. We don't have to rely on Google, we don't have to rely on Imgur, etc. This is the dashboard of Swarm, for those of you who want maybe to install it and run it as a node in your computer. And this is the dashboard of LivePeer Studio, which is easily accessible. You can create your own profile there, and you can start streaming decentralized from day one. Some more basic stack. We need on-chain backend, so we need smart contracts governing permissions for people who want to publish or broadcast, and economic incentives for these people, for content creators, and advancement tiers for those who curate more. Unstoppable UIs, of course, it's not decentralized media if we are putting everything on a Vercel, so the idea would be to use very lightweight websites with minified stack and Ether.js, image optimization, and open source players to run these online publications. And of course, content indexing, we need timestamp, user signaling, and decentralized oracles instead of algorithms. This is an example of something that we built with Stake Capital. It's a decentralized radio with biometric account abstraction, where people could basically clap and send a transaction on gasless transaction to show that they appreciate. So again, it's not like likes for free. If you want to put likes, you have to put a stake in it. And it worked for some time, then we are moving on. And now I would like, how much time I have? Yeah, I would like to shield 5 minutes, yes, 5 minutes. So we have, as Spaghetti, we have a project that we're building, which is Radio Spaghetti. Basically, is audio only, web-free radio, audio only, so it's a small bandwidth and allows you to do multitasking, wash the dishes, have a job, whatever. First of all, there's no Web3 UX needed, everyone can listen to it, but if you want to interact, you need to be token curated. So one way to do it is, first of all, make sure that you at least scan one of these QR codes during this conference. This will automatically give you the SPT. Having the SPT of the passport will allow you in the future to become a curator of Radio Spaghetti. And also we are aiming at using ZooPass to create an anonymity layer between your wallet and your identity as a publisher. We have an on-chain calendar which has already been implemented, meaning that the player of the radio will always query an online calendar to understand who's live right now. And yeah, there will be integrations from Live Peer Studio to go live directly from the dashboard. And decentralized advertising, meaning that whoever is live at the moment will be able to sell the space, the on-air time, to advertisers in the Web3 space. So this is a way to fund each other's time and space. We will be shielding that over the next month.